Yo, yo, yo. I'm back. And you know that Mr. Know-It-All knows. And I know people. Like, as of late, I know a whole lot more people than I remember ever knowing before. But I guess this is actually a good thing to keep a record of it as I get older. You know what I'm saying? Not less fine, just older. Listen, I'm here with the legendary Philly legend in the building. Another one. My man, Dell P. Man. Yeah, man. So Mr. Know-It-All knows Dell P.
Yes, sir.
We're going to get into this interview right about now.
I'm like the sound that the wind makes when the doors open. The answer is anybody focused on poetry in motion. Motion, like poetry in motion. Motion. I'm like LeBron from the baseline when the score's smoking. The savior, is anybody hoping the poetry in motion? Motion, like poetry in motion. Motion.
So what's happening, man? What's going on?
Oh, man, thanks for having me.
Man, thanks for coming out, man. We got to
Know it all to you. It's family right here. Overbrook.
It's something that I want to talk to you about, but I want to talk to you about that later on. We're going to talk later about that, right? Because it's something, it's a memory that I got.
Gotcha.
And Ty was telling me, she was like, yo, you got to bring that up. I said, yeah, I'm going to bring that up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, but we go back like do-rags, stocking caps, and
Mushroom Table B, baby.
Yeah, you know, like like the big waves, though. Remember the big waves and whatnot? You know what I'm saying? The Jones, they wasn't really there for the whole calculated wave. It was like, oh yeah, I see you got about 4 or 5 waves. So that's how far we go back, though,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Yeah, man. But you know, we here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna ask you a few questions.
Okay.
Because I know you a little bit, but I want, you know, and the world knows you, but they get all my audience. You know what I'm saying? I would like for them to know you. You know what I'm saying?
Always
get to know you
yourself.
as definite or whatnot. All right, man. So Dell P.
Yes, sir.
My friend, where were you born and raised at?
West Philadelphia, man. 60th Street.
I know.
I mean,
I knew that.
60th and Master, 59th and Master.
There we go. There we go. Spent a lot of time stomping around them grounds, man.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know and whatnot, Dell P and I went to Overbrook High School.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So he's another one.
On the hill.
Yeah, we keep telling y'all over and over again, man.
Legendary.
Legendary. Yes, that's exactly the thought that it came to my mind when I was thinking about that, man.
You know they about to celebrate the 100th year.
Damn.
Yeah, so we got something special for that.
That's crazy.
So shout out to the principal for reaching out to me on that. Stay tuned.
But you know what's crazy, though? Which is crazier than that is the fact that probably when they celebrate the 100th, I've been out of high school now for almost 25 years.
Yeah.
Yo,
definitely the 25th.
Yo, that's just
class of 2000 for sure.
I don't know how to feel about that, man. I do not know how to feel about that. So tell everybody when you decided that music was the way to go. Because if you don't know, man, legendary spitter. Legendary spitter in the city.
Thank you, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna say I got, put on to hip hop at a very, very young age.
Right.
I was about 2-3 years old. Run DMC. I had my ear to the speaker. You know what I'm saying? Remember what Mo said? I listened to the radio and had the speaker close.
Yeah.
That was me when I was a young boy.
That early?
You know what I'm saying? But I started writing rhymes when I was 9, when I heard a track called Quest Low End Theory.
So that explains a lot, especially what, as far as influence goes. When you hear somebody's product or their art, you could always see or hear a twinge of influence that comes from that.
Yeah, for sure.
So when I hear, what I'm saying, like anytime that you've ever done, like I sasaid, I've heard you rap, what I'm saying, over 2 decades now. So when I hear that, and it's funny to say that because I know the end where we from. So
I was influenced by that too.
Yeah,
Steady B, Cool C, the youngsters,
okay.
Of course.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
But me falling in love with hip hop was when I was listening to Low End Theory every day.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's actually listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, because like I said, the majority of the people that, like I said, where we from, when you ask them, that probably wouldn't be the answer.
Right.
That probably wouldn't be the answer. They'll tell you something completely out of it. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer to it. It's just that would not be the answer.
It's your preference.
It's your preference. It's your preference. So where did you get the name Dell P from?
So funny, my first name is Verdell. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But Dell P. It used to be Del Pacino in middle school and high school. Everybody wanted that, De Niro, Pacino, you know what I'm saying? Paul Castellano. They wanted those type names. So, yeah, Del Pacino because I loved Scarface growing up.
Yo, we all wanted to be Italian gangsters.
Yeah, but
for some
Del
reason.
P, Del P, I put it in a verse one time and I was like, hold up, that ring off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But instead of just keeping the Del P, I made it an acronym. Determined to elevate laying lyrics with perfection.
I like that.
No,
I like that. I like that. I like that. And you've held on to that throughout. Have you ever because you've done albums, you know what I'm saying? You've done hundreds of songs, anything, the catalog is vast. Have you actually incorporated that to let your audience know that that's what the acronym was?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Or is that something that's more near and dear to your heart?
No, I tell them.
Okay, got you. Yeah, because I think sometimes that's important, but sometimes because when I used to rap, that was I had an acronym I changed about 3-4 times.
Got you.
You know what I mean? I was just sometimes I felt like I wanted to keep it to myself.
Yeah.
Because it was like one of the things that's kind of corny, but then it actually why it changed over time. You know what I'm saying?
Got
so
you.
and I think it's all about your growth and what you're thinking about yourself. Yeah. Like as far as you were saying the Del Pacino, then going to the Del P. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So you've been in this. How many years do you feel like that you've been a part of the music business? Let's go there.
Business.
Yeah.
2000. Since 2000.
Since 2000.
Yeah.
So we talking 25 years.
Yeah, for sure.
So what are the toughest challenges that you feel like go into being a part of the music business?
I would say dealing with the peanut gallery. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, you hot, but you got to make this or you got to make that. You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with the outside note, but you got to block it out. You just got to believe in yourself and stay the course.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's very, very true.
And people going to catch up to it.
That's very, very true, man. No, honestly. So, throughout that, though, so let's take it back because my next question was really, really going to be more along the lines of who you collabed with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And who your favorite people were to collab with.
Gotcha.
But because I know your roots and I know I was around for them and I kind of know what they look like.
Yeah.
Talk about how the influence of what we used to do at the lunchroom table influence what goes on when you collab with other artists now.
No doubt. So when you approach that lunch table is
Yo.
You gotta be in it to win it.
Yes.
So
yes.
I approach every feature with the same mind frame. It's not
okay.
like, yeah, I'm gonna cook them. No, I'm gonna just do me, but I'm gonna give the best.
Right.
Best effort.
Yeah. That's
just always put your best foot forward. That's it.
All right. So let's do a compare and contrast because I'm not, you know what I'm saying, interviewing. You know what I mean? Of course, I did go to college for journalism a little bit. So I do know how to interview or whatnot. So that's kind of my thing. But I'm a podcaster. You know what I'm saying? I'm a multimedia guy. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you some things that are kind of out of the box, right?
Okay.
All right. So some of your favorite collabs that you've done with artists on wax as opposed to artists in the lunchroom.
Okay.
All right. So can you give me... So can you do a compare and contrast between two artists? If I throw that at you right now? Yeah. So let's say, all right, somebody that give me one that you felt like was
super ill in the lunchroom.
Super ill in the lunchroom.
Buddha Brown, hands down. Jad. Shout out to my brother.
Shout out to Buddha Brown, man.
Yeah, shout out to Tyreek, man.
Yeah, man, yeah.
That's my guy.
Okay.
Side.
Yeah.
He, when I heard him at the lunch table, when he was that young and he was rapping that good.
Yeah. Okay, and so give me a comparison of somebody that you've done a track with that you could say that gives me that same feel.
Oh man, Grand Pooba. You know what I'm saying? I did
something
with Grand Pooba. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the ultimate compliment.
So they both, both golden era MCs, man, and they both had crazy swag. So I'm gonna say, Pooba. Pooba was one, know, that we looked up to before Big and Nas. You know what I'm saying? Before Big and Nas, it was Pooba. Right.
With
the fly talk and all that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Grand Pooba was definitely like a top tier bucket list feature of mine. Yeah.
That's a vibe. So anybody else that you can kind of attribute to maybe not as maybe not wordplay, but let's say flow.
Flow.
Yeah.
Wise Intelligent, man. Poor Righteous Teachers rocked this funky joint when I did the joint with him.
Yeah.
Was bananas. So in
Right,
contrast to him,
Mm-hmm.
and Overbrook, I'm gonna say, remember Raw Buck Feet with the flow, man. He with D Block now. Bucky.
Okay, yeah, the name does sound familiar.
Yeah,
Yup.
like,
Okay.
He just bars out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Wise Intelligent barred out and Feet always barred out.
Okay, cool.
out to my man, Bucky.
Cool. I like that. I like to throw some paint where it ain't with that because to be perfectly honest with you, I think that the essence of it and whatnot, we never ever get away from that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
for
like
sure.
as artists, like during the time period, like I'm done. I've retired. I've hung it up. You know what I mean? But it's only because I fell out of love with the art, with the business, and not with the artistry.
Got you.
So that's kind of always been my thing. You know what I'm saying? But so as far as past rappers, and let's talk about like R&B artists that you've collabed with.
Yeah.
Who are some of the guys that you like? Yo,
My family, man. Corey Williams, Jay
shout out
Reezy.
to C. Wims,
Yeah,
man.
Jay
That boy-
Reezy.
Yeah.
Mel Austin Jr.
Right.
Akil Dawood. He's the oldest child of Fatin and Asia from Kendrick Family Soul.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so he actually on my newest album, Transition to Power.
What song was that?
That's Flying Colors. So shout out
I
to
was
Akil
just
Dawood.
I was listening to that.
Sound like
before you
it's
came in.
pop, man, but he got his own flavor too.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Yup. Let me see here. So, you recently had a show,
Yeah.
City Winery,
Yes, sir.
sold out joint.
Sold out joint. That's history right there for underground artists.
Shout out to Yo. How you feel about that, man?
Man, I just feel like we knew it all along, man. It worked out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we can go and keep going. It's gonna keep going, keep growing. You know what I'm saying?
When you reach these pinnacles,
Yeah.
does it feel like a culmination of all the work that you put into it the entirety of the time, all 25 years,
No doubt.
rolled into one situation?
Yes. For sure.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
for
crazy.
sure.
So how does the day go? How does that day work out when it happens?
Perfect.
What do
You know what's crazy?
Uh-huh.
It was one of the biggest storms of the year. And if you listen to my song "Make 'Em Pay," I dedicated it to my mom, and I say, "It rains every time I get shine." That's her tears of joy, and that was one of the when it flooded and people was like the trees was fall, like it was crazy because when
Right.
it was time for me to perform, all
Yeah.
that was gone. So I'm like, yo, this is wild. That wasn't by coincidence, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a vibe, man.
Yeah.
That is a vibe. Like honestly, so are you ever thinking during that time or whatnot, like where did the jitters come in? Because we've all done shows. We all, you know what I'm saying, kind of set the precedent for yourself, even though you're saying to yourself, like, look, big man's will be done. You know what I'm saying, on how it's going to work out. What are the jitters that that kind of go through your mind as you get started? Do you feel like it's something that's in your control, or do you feel like, you know what I'm saying, all prayers up and it's going to work out the way it needs to?
That's funny
that
that
what
you
it
say
is?
that.
Yeah.
We pray before every show. Me and my team, we pray before every show.
As you
It might be
should.
a little bit of anxiety, at the beginning, but as soon as you see the people just rocking and having fun and saying the lyrics with you, you gone.
See. All right, so the latest album,
Yes, sir.
Transition to Power.
Indeed.
So I've given it the twice over.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to pick out my favorite joints.
Word.
I'm always into the, you know what I'm saying, I love what's the joint with the hook that where it's just an instrument, it's just a horn.
Oh, you talking about No Looking Down with Speech?
That one
Shout
right
out to Speech.
That
from
one
Arrested
right
Development,
yes.
legendary.
That one right there.
That's one. Yeah, I keep hearing
It's
hearing
fire.
that.
Yeah. That
You know
go.
what I'm saying? Like people saying no skips, but I would say my favorites is Resilient. I would say No Looking Down. I would say Make 'Em Pay.
What's the last song?
That's called Stand for Something. That's
Yo,
crazy too.
That one, that's
crazy,
that's
too.
it. Now, like I said, when I listen to particular tracks or whatnot, and then like I said, I've given it the twice over, so I'm beginning to learn. Like as artists, when you listen to something for the first time, you're like, all right, Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see where
yeah.
you're going on this.
Yeah, you gotta live with it.
You gotta live with
Gotta
it.
live
The
with it.
second is where your ear starts to pick up the things that you want.
Right.
Like, you know what? I'll go back. I'll definitely go back to that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put that on my playlist. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put this one go, this one go, this one go.
Yeah.
When I heard the last song,
Yeah,
that-
stand for something. Shout out to
Stand for
Jada
something.
Audio File.
Yeah, when I started
Killed that
heard,
beat.
yes, yeah, that one, yeah, that's a go. That's a
I
go.
appreciate
like
that.
yeah,
That's
I
one
like
of the
that.
one of the last records I did. That one and Commitment, I think they were the last songs I did, and turned out to be some of my favorite joints.
So you feel. So is that also your favorite? Like, consider your favorite track?
Commitment, I love Commitment. I
Okay.
love Stand for Something.
Well, you got it. Love
Open
Commit-
Book.
You talk about your wife on Commitment, right?
Oh no, that's
Which one is your
Well
wife?
Deserved.
Well Deserved.
Shout
Okay.
out to my
yeah,
wife
yeah,
Zayna.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jay Reezy.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He sent me the hook, right?
Right, right.
And he left that space open when he was la la la.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, hold up, we about to go back and forth on this jump. Like, I ain't know if he knew I was gonna do that, but
Right,
it
right.
just worked, man.
Nah,
Shout out to Jay Reezy. Shout out to Track Hider.
That's a vibe,
Yeah,
man.
that's
That-
definitely
like I said.
joint.
I thoroughly,
The radio's messing with that joint heavy.
I thoroughly enjoy. I thoroughly enjoyed the whole project, bro.
thank
Like
you, bro.
honestly, it was really honestly one of them joints where, dog, for some reason, I like the lyrical guys have the bug this summer. I've heard.
Yeah.
know what
I'm
I'm saying?
happy to be in that
Oh, my
in that
God.
conversation, man.
Thank God. Like honestly, man, because so that goes into the next question that I'm gonna ask you,
Okay.
right? What's your thought? Like, really, just give me your honest thought. It's just us listening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's it. Drill music.
Trash.
Nah. Wow.
Trash.
One word answer.
In all forms. The music is trash, the message is trash.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? With
Yeah.
the predicament that is causing, it's
Yeah,
trash.
yeah.
Sorry, it's trash.
Now let me ask you a question, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we from an age, and this wasn't even on my dock of the things to ask, but it's important to me, and I really want to hear this from another MC,
Yeah.
and especially another MC that I've known for so long.
Word.
Do you feel like there was a time period in which that we started, like the masses begin to succumb to a dumbing down of what they wanted to do musically?
Yes.
And it was almost like damn near getting like bit by a zombie, where the spread
Man.
began to happen.
I'm gonna tell you. Remember, they kept saying in 1991 they had that secret meeting about they was invested in prisons.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
They wanted, the brand Nubians and Public Enemy. They wanted that out of there.
yeah.
And it brung in, it ushered in, the Chronic and Doggy Style and
Right.
these gangster rap albums that was
Exactly.
basically helping fill the jails that they was invested in. Mm-hmm. So that was one, right? That was one of the eras where you seen the change. Then in like 2004, 2005, it went down south. That Laffy Taffy,
Yes.
that era, right?
Yes.
But then it got worse in like 2012 when they started.
Yeah.
The Chief Keef and you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it happens like every, I'm gonna say 10 years. It's something worse that come through.
What do you think that what can we really attribute that to? Because my thought is that if we don't allow it, it doesn't happen. But
Right.
then I start to think about the way that the world becomes more microwaved.
Yeah.
It's like you have to. And it's funny though, because to me, I still feel like the guys that are at the tippy top of this industry are still the lyrical guys.
Right.
It's just that everything else, the filler has to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's 10,000 rappers and 9,847 of them are of no substance at all.
Right. Let me tell you another problem.
What's that?
Remember when we used to be at the lunch table telling it? Mm-hmm. It was people spectating.
Yeah.
Now the spectators trying to, you know what I mean?
Do you remember
Like,
how mad we used to get when niggas that couldn't rap
Couldn't rap.
like just started like like yo, get out of here, don't stop playing. And what,
Right.
Yeah, like
it's other jobs in this that you can do. Like promote your man. Like be the street team.
Exactly.
Be the one that book. You know what I'm saying? Be
Yeah.
the one that do the graphic design.
Right.
Like everybody can't rap. And that's where it happened.
Say it again.
That's
And
where it
yeah.
happened. Everybody, like, instead of being, a supporter, they wanted to be your competition.
See, that's insane, man.
Yeah.
That's insane. And I feel like really sooner or later, it just reminds me. You ever seen Pootie Tang?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say it all the time. I say it all the time. Once you popular, you can just put out anything. That's how I feel.
They had the Joe when they was like, by Pootie Tang. He wasn't saying
He wasn't
nothing.
saying nothing. That was a subliminal. You ain't got to say nothing. They still gonna dance to it.
Oh, that is incredible, man. That is incredible. It's a wild Joe,
Yeah,
man. For real.
But the shift is here though, man. Transition to power.
That,
You know
yeah.
what I mean, shout out. It's executive produced by the legendary Chuck D of Public Enemy, bro.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? You know I'm signed to Spitzland Records. That's his record label.
Wow.
So
shout out.
Just imagine listening to Don't Believe the Hype.
Yeah.
Fight the Power. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now that man that's one of the strongest voices in hip hop history.
Right.
Is executive producing your album.
You know what? So I'm seeing a big time wave of some of our favorite artists that we came up on kind of taking, instead of kind of just leaning into where they were, like in the Def Jams and with the Aristas and the Bad Boys,
right.
They're snatching, the idea of what they, lean in towards a hip hop for. So they say like, all right, like Mass Appeal Records.
And, like Chuck.
Right, your label, you know what I mean? Like these things are happening a whole lot and everybody's like, oh, nah, we just going to do it the way we want to do it.
Yeah, because they know these corporations, what they, I've been in meetings where I could have had a deal with a major.
Yeah.
But we like your music, but can you talk about this? Kids 12 to 17, they want to have fun and get high. What? 12 to 17 and get high in the same sentence. That let me know exactly what y'all trying to do.
You've heard that out loud?
I heard that out loud by a major label.
You gotta be shit.
Nah, man.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, my man was in the meeting downtown.
Yeah.
Looked at each other. I just played a song called Truly Yours that was dedicated to my mom.
Yeah.
It could have been like basically like, how Pac had Dear Mama.
Yeah.
She was, she was still here.
Absolutely.
I had Truly Yours. That mean that's the end. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's for everybody that lost their mom or for people that still got their mom to appreciate them more. That could have been a
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Had Lady Alma on the hook. Legendary Lady out. Like that was ready to be out of here. But they want me to talk about some
That's crazy.
Bubble gum. You know what I'm saying?
So that leads me into the next question. Then. Like your music is overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But so this is my thing. What I don't like to do is I don't like to put somebody in a box and say, you mean nothing but positive music. Because it makes it seem as if that, you walk around singing like the world is full of sunshine and rainbows.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely
That's not the case.
Yeah.
But essentially what you do is you make it palatable for everybody's ears.
Yeah.
That's something that I struggled with even when I was an artist. I was like, dog, you're going to get these cuss words.
Right, you're going
to get You're going to get these words. But you have found a way to like really seriously make this music, even a heavy hitting, bang your head on the curb.
Like we
still
keep the grit.
Right, you still keep the grit side of it. That's what I mean. You know what I mean? How do you do that, and what do you do in your regular life that kind of resembles that and kind of sticks the stick-to-itiveness?
It's just like, wanting to be inspiring, but also it's a lot of pain built up in me. You know what I'm saying? So we release that on the mic. You know what I'm saying? Before we go out here and do something stupid, listen on the mic.
Okay. But so do you do like, because I know, ever since I started doing this more, it what I mean? It's not just, so much as writing, but now like I'm talking a whole lot. You know what I mean? So, and I talk a whole lot. You know what I mean? Me and Ty will talk for hours, just talking. The thing is that I feel like what it does is it helps advance the vocabulary.
Yeah, exactly.
Now
challenge myself.
Yeah.
Sure.
Now, I mean, I got a potty mouth regardless. But at the end of the day, what I start to understand is that the words that I'm using for filler words I don't have to use.
Right.
And in other words, I could substitute it with other things.
Indeed.
When you rapping and you do it the way that you do it, it's important that I think it's important that other artists kind of see that you can do that and keep the same type of what they would call integrity in the music.
Right.
Even though you don't have to use the 4-letter words or
Indeed.
you know what I'm saying, or go crazy and, you know, call people out their name and whatnot. I mean, you might be, you know, a sucker or something like that, but it's never anything malicious.
Yeah.
So
I get it. Yep.
So how do you when you rapping, and I mean it's just, you know, a little bit peel back the curtain a little secret sauce. How do you do that, you know what I'm saying, without leaning into those words?
Man, it's just so much built up in me, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? The ideas just be there, bro.
Yeah.
Like I could be at work and they think I'm talking to myself the whole time. I'm putting bars together.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Like, yeah,
I like that. Yeah.
And another thing is, you know, I got people out here looking at me. I got my nephew.
There we go.
Got my niece out here. And then what's crazy, younger MCs, like, say if they want to do a song with me.
Right.
Yeah, man, I'm going to use your style. I ain't going to use no. I'm like, whoa, that's impressive. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I like that. I like the sound of that. All right, so we come down a home stretch right now, right?
Got you.
Do you agree that success breeds envy?
It does. Oh, man. It does. It's sad, man.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people that we was at that lunch table with see everything that's going on.
Yeah.
But all they see right now is, oh, yeah, Clips dropped the album, real hip-hop back.
Yeah, you're like, damn, I've been here. Hello, I'm here.
Hello.
Yeah.
The guy you say every time you see him, yo, you killing it out here.
Yeah.
Where's that at?
What do you think
I
that
don't
stems from?
understand that, bro.
Like, so my thing is that, and we always talk about this. We have this. I mean, at least once a week we talk about this. This whole Philly supports Philly, and we got to do better by our own.
You just gotta find your village, man. You gotta find the people.
I'm so glad you said that.
So you just gotta find your people,
right?
And the crazy thing is, this album right here letting me know, it's a market for me,
right. The village is
because the radio stations is playing it without me having to send it. They just tagging me like, yo, we just put your new record on here.
Wow.
One boy put 3 or 4 records in his. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We seeing was what,
right?
So you just gotta find your lane. Stay in your lane. Like, you know, I got an event that I do every second Friday. It's called the Wordsmith Experience. Okay. So not only am I putting on for the underground artists in the city, other cities is coming down Old City to get on the stage. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, man, we building it for it.
Yeah, I like that because I think that the one thing that got lost in the midst of doing everything and whatnot, when we was really, really trying to get on per se, it was really at that time, remember, it was the late 90s, early 2000s, really only one way on. Yeah. So now that the way that the world is kind of dealt with now, like everybody can kind of do their own thing. And
as long as you got the analytics.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because back then, you could go to New York and stand out in front. Shout out to Freck. Remember Freck the Billionaire? He used to stand in front of the labels and rap to somebody he thought looked like A&R or whatever.
Right.
He ran into a couple people up there.
Exactly.
Just rapping.
Yeah.
Like, when I first got my first, opportunities, it was because I rapped in front of the people. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So we talk about Philly support, Philly and whatnot. What do you think is the one thing that is the key to your success?
Consistency. I would say investing in myself.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I would say just, self-preservation, being comfortable in your skin and doing what you do instead of following the trend. Yeah.
That's thorough. Because I think a lot of people miss that portion of it.
Yeah.
They're like the two pieces of it that you said and whatnot, consistency and investing in yourself. You got to
invest in yourself.
I think that's what the problem is. I think a lot of people become stagnant in consistency. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like they think being on the net.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You might go viral, but then you're not selling no tickets, though.
That's what I'm saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, them numbers going to lie to you on the internet. A lot of people, DM me, I'll give you such and such amount of views. You know what I'm saying? We know how this go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
so even when you're doing your album, you got your idea for your album. You saying how many tracks on the album? What you got?
Yeah, it's 18, but officially it's 14 because I got like interludes.
Interludes, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
14 tracks.
So say 14 songs. You got 14 songs on the album, right?
Yeah.
When you say to yourself or whatnot, do you budget for each individual track, or do you budget for the entirety of the album?
So we budget for the entire album. Shout out to my engineer Elway. We just rock out. He don't even be having me on the clock. He like, yo, let's just get it done.
Yeah.
Like that's our chemistry.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So he just like, yo, just get it done, bro.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So finally, you got kids?
I got a bonus daughter. Shout out to my baby.
Oh, okay.
Miss Sarah.
Okay.
She actually in Egypt right now. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what's up. That's what's up. What's going on in
Like
Egypt?
we Muslim, so
Okay.
it's like an Islamic class out there, but they also doing, activities for the summer. It's dope. We just got a picture of her having fun out there today. So
that is insane.
Yeah, that's my wife's 16-year-old daughter.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So she blessed. She got me and her mom, but she also got her father and his wife. You know what I'm saying? She got 4 parents.
So with you doing the things that you do,
Yeah.
you said because you work as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You are essentially a business within yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
Wordsmith Entertainment.
Right,
Yes,
exactly.
indeed.
The business of Dell P. You know what I'm saying? How do you juggle all of these things along with being a father, along with being a husband, along with being, a motivational, unit to the youth and being out there and doing these extracurricular things? And how do you find a way to balance all of this?
You know what? I just look at my grandfather and my Uncle Paul. They were the biggest examples for me growing up. You know what I'm saying? We still super tight to this day, man. Just looking at what they did. My granddad always had 2 jobs. You know what I'm saying? 9 to 5. And then he go to a evening job every day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My uncle, same way, hustler, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I got some good examples of men in my family.
That's a vibe, man. That's a vibe, man. It's you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that the way that you talk about everything that you're doing is like a breath of fresh air.
No,
because it's important because, you know what I mean? Me personally, I could look at it from somebody that's, when it comes to the business of music, and we started from kind of the same place, I became a little jaded because I had those same label meetings and stuff like that, but it was more along the lines of, you know what I mean? Oh, you should do this for this or this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, bro.
You just got to let people do them.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
let me do what grabbed your attention.
Yeah, exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Like, don't
yeah.
bring me in here that, oh, yeah, I think you should. Nah, you got to.
Yeah. But like I said, because I just think that the stick-to-itiveness of what you've done is commendable.
Appreciate
like being just looking at and seeing it over the years, over all of this time, that you still saying like, yo, I'm doing this is just thorough, man. And being successful at it is crazy.
Man, it's more to come.
Yeah, man.
More to come. Like I said, we got that Wordsmith experience every second Friday, Cobber Pass Pub, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., 56 South 2nd Street, right?
Right.
But we going to level up.
Yeah.
Hopefully at the end of the month, I'm going to be doing my first festival called the Good John Festival. You know, I'm collabing with 2 Locals Brewery. They're the only black-owned brewery in Philadelphia.
Wow.
They got a beer that's called the Good John. I got a single called the Good John. Why not make a Good John Festival every year?
Right.
And it's going to be for the MCs in the city. That's it.
That's
like I might have some special guests come, like Speech or Master 8, like, you know, friends that I got.
Yeah, absolutely.
But this is for the Philly artists.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Well, tell everybody else, before we close out, tell everybody else where they can find you, where, you know what I mean, what's going on, what's happening with you on a regular basis.
No doubt.
And about the new album, Transition to Power.
Yeah, for sure. So be sure to follow me at Dell P215 on Instagram. Follow me at WhoIsDellP on Twitter. That's WhoIsDellPee. Be sure to grab that Transition to Power. I guarantee you it's one of the best albums of 2025. That's just what I'm hearing, what I agree with.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother, the legendary Speech from Arrested Development. Shout out to the legendary Master 8. Shout out to the legendary Tracy Lee. Shout out to Forever Teller Made, Teeth, No Brasco, J Easy Awkward, Mel Austin Jr., Jay Reezy, Akil Daoud. Shout out to the legendary Chuck D for executive producing it. Shout out to C. Dot. That's the president of the label. He also did the song You Like, No Looking Down. He produced that.
Right.
Shout out to my brother's track, Kida. Shout out to my partner, Donnie Boy. If you remember me from Brook, you remember Donnie. That's my partner.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He still do production for me. Shout out to DJ Flash of the Justice League. Shout out to the Snow Goons, man. We working.
Yeah, man. Shout out to that, man. Shout out to everybody. Like that's your village. That's the village. I love that, man. I love that. Well,
and shout out to my DJ J, the audiophile, because he killed the album and he also hold me down on the ones and twos. And shout out to my manager Nas. For sure. Shout out to my wife Zayna.
That's what's up. You gonna stick around for the podcast episode,
for
right?
Sure, for sure.
My man, Dell P, y'all.
Yeah.
This is Mr. Know-It-All Knows. Damn, this is getting good. And I'm good at this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and my man is good at what he do.
Thank you for having me, man. Thank
you all listen. You
Mr.
already
Know-It-All.
know. Man.
Appreciate the support.
You already know, man. All right, check it out. Love y'all dearly. Till next time. Peace.